Welcome back. Welcome back to the third part of engine lubrication system. Now, here, here there are two objectives. Student will be able to learn the filters and crankcase ventilation in lubrication system. This is the first objective. That what the filters are there, what is the function of the filter, then crankcase ventilation in lubrication system. And second objective is to student will be able to understand lubricants and additives. What are the lubricants and how they are classified and how they are designated. Now, what are oil filters? Coming to direct to the first objective. An oil filter is a filter designed to remove contaminants from engine oil, transmission oil, lubricating oil, or hydraulic oil. In this, you can observe that this is a filter installed in an engine wherein a paper filter is there. You can observe this filter in this figure, how it is constructed, what are the parts of the filter, sealing ring, cover, anti-drain wall, filter media. This is generally made up of a paper or some such a material from which only oil will be filtered and the dust particles and remaining wear particles will be retained at this filter. It is having its own life. For a particular cycle of operation, you have to replace these filters because due to the these dust particles and all foreign particles, these get clogged. So before there is a cycle that every 2000 or 5000 kilometers you have to replace the filters. These filters, oil filters are there. Now here you can observe oil is poured from this side, and after filtration it is coming as a filtered oil and it is supplied. Here some components are shown. So such type of filters are installed in the system to filter the this type of filters are installed in lubrication oil also, for your engine circulation oil also, for your diesel supply also. So these type of filters are installed to retain the foreign particle entering from the engine to the engine. So this is a filter. Now one concept is there, that is crankcase ventilation. What happens when oil get heated? This is a sump, you can observe in this figure. This is a sump. When oil get heated, it also evolves some gases. Now where these gases will go then? Because from all the sides we have closed the engine and oil has been trapped in this section. Now where these gases will go? In previous engines, these gases will be exhausted in the atmosphere. There is one pipe to this crankcase which allows these gases to go to the atmosphere, but because of the pollution norms, now the government has banned to blow these gases to the atmosphere. So what these where these gases will go? These gases are taken again to the suction side of the engine. So what these gases are nothing but the gases of oil or petrol or a diesel. So these gases are again taken to the inter suction side of the engine, so that again they get entered in above the piston cylinder, and they burn with this fuel, and the gases will blown out through silencer. So this is the crankcase ventilation. Now this modern engines, you won't find any outlet to these gases. All gases are taken to this suction side. So what this in an internal combustion engine, a crankcase ventilation system moves unwanted gases from the crankcase. These are the unwanted gases from the system usually consists of a tube. Here there is a tube System consists of a tube, a one-way wall, here one-way wall is there, and a vacuum source. Vacuum source means this is suction. Suction is nothing but a vacuum. So suction automatically sucks this through this tube, these gases, they sucks it. The unwanted gases called blow-by gases are gases from the combustion chamber which have leaked past the piston rings. Now, though we are making claim that the piston rings won't allow these gases to go out from this side wall, but after some period or wearing of this ring, the compression will get reduced, and there is a chance that some gases will leak from the wall of the cylinder and piston ring, and they enters into the crankcase. Now, where these gases will go? These gases will go from this side to this upper side where the suction is there, and from suction again with air and fuel they are entering to on the top side of this. Early engine releases these gases to the atmosphere simply by leaking through the crankcase seals, but this is not possible. Now this is not possible because of the air norms. Positive crankcase ventilation. This is called positive crankcase ventilation, PCV. This is called positive crankcase ventilation system. First used in the 1916 and present the most modern engine send the crankcase gases back to the combustion chamber. These crankcase, as I have told you, these crankcase gases again back to the combustion chamber in order to reduce the air pollution. This is the very major change. You can easily observe this tube on your Hero Honda or like that motorcycle also, that the crankcase blow up gases are again taken to the carburetor side. So you can easily observe that tube. So this is about the crankcase ventilation. Now here also some part is shown. Here crankcase, again PVC, see here PVC wall, this is taken at this is carburetor, this is air filter. Now you can observe the similar. Blow by, as it is often called, is the result of combustion material from the combustion chamber blowing past to the piston rings, and into the crankcase. These blow by gases, if not ventilated, inevitably condense and combine with oil vapor present in the crankcase. If these gases are not taken out, they will mix up with this oil in the sump and forming sludge and causing the oil to become dilute with unburned fuel, because these gases are unburned fuel, they react with the oil. So excessive crankcase pressure can furthermore leads to engine oil leaks past the crankcase seals and other engine seals and gasket. If the gases are accumulated here, they may explode or they may create a pressure on the crankcase seals, and the leakage may take place and oil may spill out from this area. So this care has to be taken. That's why a crankcase ventilation is installed in the newly constructed engine, and as by law you cannot escape these gases to the atmosphere, so it is again taken in and it can again burn and it is exhausted through the silencer. So this is the crankcase ventilation. Now what are the types of lubricants used in the lubricating engine lubrication? Oils are either petroleum based or synthetic non-petroleum based chemical compounds. They are usually a blend of various chemicals. Blend means mixture of 2-3 oils, which includes hydrocarbons, polyinternal olefins or polyolefins. Oil is measured by its viscosity or thickness. We need this. Oil is measured by viscosity or thickness. What is viscosity? Viscosity is nothing but the thickness of the oil, the flow rate of the oil. You have studied this in the first year in chemistry and all those subjects, that what is viscosity. Viscosity is the rate of flow of the fluid, and an oil must be thick enough to lubricate the components. It must be thick enough, while being thin enough. It must be thin enough to move through any galleries and between tight clearances. It must be thick enough and it must be thin enough to move thick enough for lubricating and thin enough to flow. Means there must be an optimum viscosity of the lubricating oil. So ambient temperature impacts the viscosity of the oil, so it must be able to maintain efficient flow even in cold winter and hot summer temperatures. So for all reason it must act. Otherwise in the cold days in winter season, it should not lose its viscosity. It should not be thick enough that it will not move from part to part. So that care should be taken. Now how the oil is graded? How the oil is graded? Now you can see here is a box. On this box it is written that this oil is K2 5W-30. 5W. What this 5W-30? When you see a box of oil, you will notice a set of number on the label. This number indicates the grade of the oil, which is important to determining which oil to use in your vehicle. The grading system is defined by the Society of Automotive Engineers. What we in short we call it as SAE, Society of Automotive, which is why you will sometimes see SAE on the oil box. The SAE designates two grades to the oil. One for the viscosity at low temperature and the second grade for the viscosity at high temperature. Two grades. One is for low temperature and high temperature. Typically average engine operating temperature. For example, if you will see an oil designated as SAE 10W40, here the oil is designated 5W30, so it is 10W40. The 10W tells you that the oil has a viscosity of 10 in cold temperatures, viscosity of 10 in cold temperatures, and a viscosity of 40 at high temperatures. A viscosity of 40 at high. What is viscosity? Viscosity is the flow rate. Viscosity is the flow rate. So 10 in cold temperature and 40 at high temperatures. So this is how it is designated. Grade, how the grading is done. The grading begins at 0 and increases in increments of 5 to 10. For example, you will see oil grades 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 60. After numbers 0, 5, 10, after these numbers, you will find that the letter is W, what we have seen in the last slide, W, which means winter. The lower the number before the W, better its flow at lower temperatures. What this number says, the lower the number before the letter W, the better it flows at lower temperatures. Means 10 W40 means 10, it is better. It lower the number means 10. If the number is 25, means it is not better as compared to 10 W. It is 25 W is not better as compared to 10 W in lower temperatures. Multigrade oil is common with vehicles today. Multigrade oil means one mixture of blending. This type of oil has a special additives. It is a mixture. Additives means to improve the property of the oil. Some additives, some chemicals are added. Well, in different temperature, these additives are called viscosity index improvers. In practical terms, it means that vehicle owners no longer have to change out their oil every winter or summer to adapt to changing temperature as it was once common to do. In earlier vehicles, we need to change the oil in winter. We have to use the different oil in winter. We have to use the different oil in summer. But nowadays, it is not the case. We are using common oil for all the seasons. That is the function of the additives. Now, additives in oil. The additives to viscosity index improvers, some manufacturers include other additives to improve the performance of the oil. For instance, detergent may be added, but it is not used today because detergent was earlier, it was used in the oil. Molybdenum, disulfate additives. Many older vehicles will have a zinc additive that is needed for leaded fuel if you are using. For example, these are the examples of the additives which are used in the vehicles. So hope you understood the oils and its additives and all parts. Thank you for watching. Hope you have enjoyed this lecture.